For the whole of 2026 so far, I've been unable to even call myself a runner. Those 250k weeks seem like a thing of the past, and I've had to relinquish my title of fastest cart horse. I said sayonara to races, to workouts, and even to jogging, as the joint problem in my back worsened. So the big question now, is Ran to Japan finished? Is the marathon dream over? Well, today we find out whether this comeback is actually heading towards a sub 210 marathon, or whether I just need to pack it up and call it a day. So things have started heating up around Japan, and that can only mean one thing. It's summer camp season. Probably my favourite time of the year outside of peak marathon season. When you get to go on these training camps, so much fun the last couple of years. I always around July, August kind of time, head out to Nagano Prefecture, and that is where I am right now. In fact, it's kind of gone the other extreme. It's actually pretty chilly now, wet, cold, very British-esque weather, but I'd take that any day over the 35 or 40 degree heat that you usually get in mainland Japan. But here I am in the summer haven of Karuizawa. It's not exactly high altitude here. We're about 1,000 meters, maybe 4,000 feet. So you're not exactly gonna get the gains you would from a proper high altitude spot, but the real benefit of here is that it's so much cooler. And for you eagle-eyed viewers out here, you might actually recognize the spot we are, because this is a proper throwback. I came here last year, maybe in September time, and I stayed in the exact same spot, the Ikoi Villa. An absolute beauty of a spot. It's sort of a Japanese ryokan, like a traditional hotel. So it's got the onsen, like the heated bath, it's got the tatami mats, the futons, all of that stuff. So I'll be harnessing that marathon monk energy over this trip, and we'll see how my shape's progressing. This hotel though is the perfect training base with all the amenities you need for monster mileage. But whether my back will play ball is another story entirely. And some of you might remember, this is actually the scene of the crime where I knocked out that 70k training run last year. My longest run to date, and it was so much fun. I was thinking, yeah, it's base season, why not get that over distance training in? I think I averaged maybe 3:54 for the 70k. So it's a nice little plod in the morning. And I did it all around this forest area because it's quality running all around here. And that definitely gave me a taste for ultra marathons. I was thinking in the future, I'm definitely gonna be ripping some races. But for now, we're obviously still locked into the marathon, that sub 210 project. And this time around, probably won't be hitting any 70Ks, but still could get some decent training in. That's the plan. That summer training season is key, where you lay the foundations for a massive marathon season ahead. Now, also coming up, I've got some more international travel. You know, the RTJ takeover has gone global. Recently, I was obviously in Korea. Actually, the time this video comes out, I'm gonna be in the Philippines. Let me know in the comments actually where I should go next. What country's running scene should I explore? But obviously, since I'm on this international expansion, I was thinking it only makes sense to bring back a fan favorite segment. Oh yes, it's time for the accent guru, but this time with a twist. Let's see if I can deliver once again. What have we got first? Scotland, absolutely no problem at all. Just like that, instantly into character. So, before I travel, I always download my Airalo eSIM. No more messing about swapping SIMs. It's just too easy. Okay, so what you gotta know is that Airalo works in 200 destinations. Okay, swear down, wherever you end up, you are covered, my G. Eh? What does country mean? What country? Oh, is that American country? Like deep south maybe? So if you're traveling soon, then download Airalo free today and use my code RANTOJAPAN20 to get 20% off for the first 48 hours. Nailed it. God, this is harder than I thought. The no prep makes it brutal. Oh, we've got Japanese. さ、Airalo なら地図、メッセージ、動画、何でもいいよ。どこでもいいよ。海外に行ってみよう。Alright, final one. What we go for? Mother Russia, I am telling you right now, you download Airalo before your next trip. Use code RANTOJAPAN20. I don't know what's happened to my accent. It's all gone horribly wrong. Oh, I've absolutely blown it. RANTOJAPAN20, 20% off for the first 48 hours. There's some work to be done. Back to the training room. But talking of training, I gotta go hit those pavements now. So I think Karuizawa is one of the most underrated running places in the whole of Japan. Everyone knows Nagano Prefecture is the home of training camps. All the top guys, the pro runners, the uni guys, they all come out to this prefecture, but they all end up in these middle of nowhere little towns, which are quality. But outside of running, there's absolutely nothing going on. Whereas here, just an hour's train ride from Tokyo, you can escape to a runner's paradise, where there's absolutely no runners in sight. It's all just people on relaxing weekends away or holiday escapes. But I'm telling you, it's the perfect balance here between nice nature with the forests, but then also you've got a ton of quality restaurants and cafes and other places to explore, so you're not just dead bored in between training. So when I discovered it last year, I was like, yeah, this is a hidden gem. Why does no one else come out here? It's absolutely unheard of to be this cold in July in Japan. It's been like 15, maybe 20 degrees today. Last year, I'm pretty sure from June onwards, we never saw a temperature under 30 degrees. But this feels absolutely dreamy, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow. It's actually ripping a bit of a session. Fitness is coming back, heading in the right direction. Now on my easy days like these, as well as just getting out there and plodding the mileage for recovery, I'm also thinking about the next session. So I'm making sure to smash through a round of simple plyometrics, just to get a bit of pop in the legs and help with that turnover. And then I always follow that up with some hill sprints. More than anything, these are just the ultimate calf tear self-defense method, because historically this has always been my kryptonite, but I've been pretty much indestructible these last couple years since adding them in. And if I can get a little bit of extra speed at the same time, without the danger of tearing a hammy from sprinting all out on a flat surface, then it's a win-win really. But there's always that underlying ache of my back to monitor. Oh, right, got the hill sprints done. It's always hard. Yeah, it puts a lot of strain because I'm moving quickly. Obviously, it's easier doing hills than flat strides, like it takes some of the load off. That's why I've definitely been focusing on that. And I find anyway, even without the back problem, I'd always do hills on my easy days. But yeah, as I'm running at the moment, still definitely not in a great way in my back. Like I'm by no means pain-free at all. Still very uncomfy the whole time, but from what I understand, it doesn't really get better by taking time off this. It's not gonna magically fix by just having another couple months no training, because the mechanics need to somehow change. Those mechanics I've been running with for 10, 15 years, that's what I've got to change, and that obviously doesn't happen overnight. It's gonna take months and months and months of exercises, strengthening to try and fix it. So I'm kind of trying to manage the load, build it up gradually, get some running in so I don't just lose all my fitness. Now post-run, I'm leaning into the Japanese traditions with an onsen sesh to heat up my back and hopefully kickstart the recovery process. This one's a modest 40 degrees, which I can just about handle, whereas most of them leave you with 3rd degree burns and half your skin melted off. But here, yeah, I could get used to this. So being here in Karuizawa brings back some quality memories. I think it's definitely one of my favorite places in Japan. Like Nagano Prefecture as a whole is unreal. You've got so many good spots here. Like last year with the Suzuki training camp, that was in Fujimi. Then I had Sugidera before, like high up with the homestay family and all those girls teams. Legendary times, obviously. And this one, I hit this little solo training camp. I think I was in Tokyo and I was just like, oh, it is way too hot. I need an escape. And I booked a spontaneous trip out here. I'm not sure whether I loved it just because I was running very well at the time. Like I was in great shape, smashing out some huge training runs. We'll see this time if it delivers again. But it's a lovely little setting, very different vibe to, I guess, anywhere else I've been in Japan. Feels almost Western, I think. The aesthetic, you've got all the forest, so much greenery and stuff. And most importantly, a whole load of quality scran spots, which is probably a big factor as to why I absolutely loved it. And it looks very different from my standard daily scran of 90% rice, protein and veg. Actually, finding Japanese options up here is a rarity. And watching these food highlights, you could easily be mistaken for thinking we're in Europe or America instead. But the most famous spot in all the lands was Sawamura, a bakery and restaurant chain created in these forests. So I had no choice but to do my due diligence and investigate the premises. You're just a mystery figure on the edge. Okay, we've got the famous Sawamura bakery. We're not off to a great start. They forgot our sandwich. They put hers in the microwave, so it's now just cold and soggy, but we're expecting big things. This has been raved about. I've also got a, what's that? Lemon cream coffee. That sounded like an interesting summery option. Oh, they've forgotten a straw. The coffee's like an aftertaste, kind of like a creamy lemon, but it's nice though, good combo. Nice. It's sawayaka. Sawayaka da ro? Strong start with the coffee. How about the soggy sandwich? Oh, it's pretty good actually. It would be nice if it's a bit crispy, but banger.
No, I cannot reach banger.
It's not banger level.
This is very good.
I almost feel like it's less exciting to show these on camera because these are just stuff you'd get in Europe, basically. I don't think we've eaten any Japanese food. Broccoli, bacon, veg.
Cannot be bad.
Can't be bad. So far they're delivering. But the all-important part is, of course, the dessert. This is the make or break. This has got huge potential. It's cinnamon, sort of like a donut maybe, with rum and raisin, and then this creamy goodness on the side. Ooh, ooh. So they've got a lot of good Western scran out here. Whole load of cafes, bakeries. Can they deliver? It's way lighter than I expected. I thought it would be like firmer, dense. Oh yeah, it's nice actually. The outside's fried, and then the middle, that fluffy dough. So everything's been solid so far, but I've not been blown away. There's still work to be done if Sayonara want to cement themselves as a top tier scran to Japan option. This is the thing I'm most excited for. Saved it, best till last. Apple cake with, it looks like a sort of cinnamon crusty top bit. And then we've also got that dip on the side. Has it got banger potential? It's a banger. It's a certified banger. It's very good. The top's amazing.
The crumble.
Yeah. It's like apple crumble bit on top. Banger incoming.
This is banger.
This is banger. We have banger confirmation. My overall scran score, taking everything into account.
Is it including everything?
Everything. This is the full package. This is an overall scran to Japan score. I'm giving it 8.8. What's your score? I feel like you're so angry about this not being...
So angry.
They forgot to toast. Whoa, they didn't forget.
No, they didn't forget.
They put it in the microwave. You're never gonna forgive them for that. That's minus like 5 points.
Just let me down.
Yeah, that ruined the whole meal.
Maybe I'm very kind. Maybe I'm too kind.
Off camera, it'll be like, nah, it's a 6. So now with the fun bit out of the way, it's time to get down to business. We need to answer the question, is my marathon career over before it even began? Or can I turn this ship around? Okay, it's the moment of truth. I feel like every time recently I do an actual session, I'm always so nervous before because I don't know how my back is gonna operate. Actually on the run this morning, it was pretty tight. So I've been absolutely hammering the stretching stuff after. I'm hoping that's loosened it up. Like walking around, it feels okay. So what we're looking at today is a kind of thresholdish session. I'd say all the sessions I've been trying to do at the moment aren't too quick. I feel like the pace is what does my back in. Even those hill sprints yesterday, I could feel it just aggravating it a bit. So I'm trying to keep everything really controlled, just working that sort of half marathon to marathon type zone, which at the moment, I reckon my half marathon is probably around 3:25 per K. I've been trying to each week just gradually bump it up a little bit. And last week I did 3x3K at 3:30 pace. So today, the next step, the evolution from that is gonna be 4K reps. We're gonna go 3x4K. That's gonna be dangerous territory. The heart rate will be way up in the 180 plus range. But I think that'll be a solid session bank. And it's nice to keep seeing that improvement. So at the moment, I'm just limiting it to 1 session a week. I reckon that's all I need. The main thing is get the easy running in, build that base up, maybe 1 long run as well. And then the rest of it, just your classic 16K, 8K kind of double. Usually I'd love these sessions, but almost I'm dreading them each time because I don't know how my back's gonna react. I know I could be completely crippled and hospitalized after. It's a proper gamble every time. All right, I've delayed it long enough. Let's go out there and hit the forests of Karuizawa. At least we've got a lovely setting for it. So this is the first time in a couple months that I'm treating myself to the super shoes. I felt up until now I've not deserved to wear them, but I'm pulling them out today. I definitely need every little bit of help I can get on this session. I feel like now I'm reaching those paces where it gets tricky wearing the standard daily trainers, and I need that extra little boost from the carbon plate. So we're gonna let it rip now. So the good thing about it being summer season is there's absolutely nothing to rush back for. In Japan, half marathons don't start till October, and December is when the real marathon season kicks off. So I've got plenty of time to build back. The priority this year anyway is to get back to being pain-free first and actually changing my mechanics before I even think about running fast again. Also, I'm so new to serious running, with it only being 3 years since I went all in on it and actually stopping MMA, that this really is only the start of my career. While a lot of elite runners have been training like pros ever since their early teens, I only started hitting proper mileage in my mid-20s, so I should have at least 10 to 15 more years in the old legs still. And I don't expect to hit my peak till mid-30s at the earliest. People keep asking, what will you do once you break 210? How will you stay motivated? Oh boy, that is just the beginning. I need to find out where my ultimate talent limit is and just see how good I can be. Okay, 1 more rep to go. It's hard to know what's limiting me, whether it's my back, because obviously that's sending messages to the brain, that's trying to slow you down. Like trying to run when you're in pain is always going to be an issue, but then it could equally just be the fitness. But I feel like I'm working right on the limit. And there's only one way you can ever find out how good you can actually be: by taking risks and pushing boundaries. If I trained safe and conservative, there's absolutely no way I'd have ever got under 220 in the marathon. But I'm willing to work harder than everyone else and potentially break myself in the process, if that gives me a chance, however slim, of making the Olympics. I'm nowhere near as talented as the top 10 British marathoners, so if I copy their training, then how am I ever going to close the gap? I mean, they're putting a bloody minute into me over a 5k, for God's sake. The speed gap is a joke. I've said it 100 times before though, this extreme mindset is not for the average runner. This is for those who want to go all in. That is the train harder, not smarter method. And I guess that's ticked off close to 150k week. So slowly getting there, slowly getting back. But yeah, it's such a long way to go. I think if I've been running with this imbalance this whole time, it's the absolutely mashed up hips that if I can eventually stabilize it all, it should be so much more efficient running. Should be able to just bump the levels up. Oh yes, I'm in this for the long run, so all aboard for the ride. And this outro here might be giving you deja vu, but I can assure you we're 1 week on. The result though, it's just the same. Another mighty England victory. Come on, England! We have just demolished Norway and we're on to the semis to take on Argentina. So at the time of watching this, the 3 Lions will probably be lining up for the final against France to officially bring football home and cement this as the greatest year in sport of all time. It's magical stuff. I'm getting goosebumps right now. But this has been Jake with Run to Japan. I'll catch you in the next one. Remember, train harder, not smarter. Come on, England!